सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Guruji, you have to unmute yourself.
So we are resuming from notebook page 45, Gita Press page 41, mantra number 12. Okay, let us read the Sambandha Bhaashyam. Atha idanim asmat sadhya sadhana रूपात् sarvasmat samsarat viraktasya parasyam vidyayam adhikara pradarshanaartham idamuchyate. Okay, we'll come back to the mantra. So now the gear is changing. Gear, the gear, we change gear. These days, I don't know. People may not know what a gear is because everything is automatic. But those days, they used to change gears from first gear to second gear and all. So now the gear is changing. We saw all along till 11 a description about various types of Vaidika karma. And Ishtapurtam was mentioned. How a person should live a life. Ishta karma should be done, Purta karma should be done. We saw all that. It's a karma that is holistic. Takes care of the self, takes care of the family, takes care of the community, takes care of the ecology, takes care of the entire Deva Ganas, which is the entire cosmos, and takes care of the Vedas. Okay, because Veda is the one that tells us how all these things. Therefore, we have to protect the Veda. So that completes Ishtapurtam. But it leaves out one important thing. It leaves out moksha. Artha, kama, dharma, it covers. And it leaves out moksha. Karma leaves out moksha. So that is the point he had summarized previously itself. In the previous mantra, towards the end, he summarized that. Samasta apara vidya karyam. I'm looking at previous mantras, last paragraph, Bhaashyam. Samasta apara vidya karyam sadhya sadhana lakshanam. All that we saw. Correct? What did he say? He said, this Hiranyagarma Padavi was mentioned in the last mantra, right? Uh, Yatra Amritaha Saha Purushaha Hi Avyayatma. Last mantra, 11th mantra. Means tapashraddheye. So those who do all the karma properly and the upasana properly, they will go to Brahmaloka. What was said here. And Shankara had said, whatever you do, the best karma you do will take you to the best places, no doubt. But that is the only thing. Only thing is what? You will go places, you'll keep going places. There is no permanent resting place, correct? There is no place that you can call, I am done. Krita krityaha, you can't say, I'm done. You will enjoy the Brahma Padavi and then you'll have to continue the journey afterwards also. Like that, he had mentioned by using all those words, if you recall. Samasta, samastam aparavidya karyam. Aparavidya karyam. Karma means aparavidya category. Sadhya sadhana lakshanam. Means ends. It is characterized by means and ends. What should I do? What will I get if I do that? That's a category. Sadhya sadhana lakshanam. Kriya karaka phala bheda binnam. All this I think you can recall. That's a Vedantic way of saying sadhya sadhana lakshanam. Okay. And dvaitam, that also word he used. Correct? So now look at the Sambandha Bhashya. Okay. Atha idanim. Atha idanim. Thereafter, after discussing so much about karma, idanim, now. Now, that means gear is changing. Now, अस्मात् साध्य साधन रूपात् सर्वस्मात् संसारात् विरक्तस्य परस्यां विद्यायाम् अधिकार प्रदर्शनार्थम idam uchyate. Main sentence is idam uchyate. Thereafter, now the following is said. Following is said. That's it. That is the main sentence. Everything else now we can figure out. Idam uchyate. Idam uchyate means this is said by whom? By the Upanishad. The mantra, the following mantra is said. Or what is being said? Parasyam vidyayam adhikara pradarshanaartham, for showing, for demonstrating, for presenting, pradarshanaartham. Presenting what? Adhikara pradarshanaartham. Adhikara, for showing the qualifications, for showing the preparedness. Okay, preparedness for what? Parasyam vidyayam, for showing the qualifications of a person who is ready for paravidya. With respect to paravidya, the qualifications required, okay, for paravidya. For whom? That also a little bit Shankara is indicating. Asmat sadhana or sadhya sadhana rupat sarvasmat samsarat. Samsara, whatever was described in the conclusion of the previous mantra was all description of samsara. Aparavidya karyam it is. Karma karyam it is. Sadhya sadhana lakshana karyam it was. Right? Kriya karaka phala bheda bhinnam dvaitam karyam it is. Correct? We can't be, I mean, now we should be able to remember these things. So that is what? That is samsara. Samsara. So samsarat viraktasya. From that samsara, from what kind of samsara? Sarvasmat, entire samsara. What is this entire samsara? Entire samsara means, remember, Manu had enumerated samsara. Remember, What did he say? Manuna, if I just recall now, he listed all the things that are part of samsara, right? From that uh, stavara, from all the way from stavara, etc. Manuna, Anukramata Manuna, and all he said. And what did he say? He said, uh, somewhere, okay, there it is. Brahma, Vishwasrijaha, Dharmaha, Mahan. Okay, I hope you're all seeing what I'm saying, correct? Okay, I want some set shaking at least. Okay, good, good. So, Brahma means Virat, we said, Vishwasrijaha, all the devatas, Dharmaha, Yamadharmaraja, Mahan, Hiranyagarbha, right? Avyaktam, Cha, Uttamam, Satvikim. All this come under which category? Samsara category. Because he said what? Samsara gatim anukramata. He was enumerating. Samsara lasts from, well, ranges from where to where. Like that he was categorizing, it seems. So all that. So he's now saying Sarvasmat samsara. All that samsara. Don't think our own life is samsara. Our life, we know our experiences, that is samsara. But beyond that, there's lot more. Lot more. That is what we are all seeking. People, heaven going people are seeking that. Finally, we are seeking good experiences. We are seeking happiness. Okay. So, sarvasmat samsarat. And what is the characteristic of samsara? Sadhana or sadhya sadhana rupat, which is characterized by sadhya and sadhana. I want sadhya means what is to be accomplished. I want to accomplish something, and then here is what I need to do to accomplish that thing. This is called sadhana sadhya rupam samsara. Asmat. From this, asmat means from this that has been described in the last 10 mantras or 11 mantras. From this, which I had summarized in the previous mantra. Okay, like that, Shankara is saying here. From that samsara, then there is a guy called Viraktaha. For who is all this? Viraktaha. Samsarat Viraktaha. Viraktaha means Raktaha. Raktaha. Ragaha. The one who has raga. One who is uh, who is waiting to get stuff. Who has attachment to so much that if not this, that, if not that, that, if not that, keep on hopping like this. How many janmas we've been hopping around. And so, viraktaha, that raga is gone. Vigataha raktaha, yes, yasaha, gone. The one from whom that raga is gone. That guy is called viraktaha. Okay, viragi ityartaha. That is a guy is a viragi. So for that viragi, the following mantra is said for the purpose of presenting the qualifications of a viragi. Are qualifications of a person who will now enter into what is called paravidya. Parasyam vidyayam. Adhikara. So who should be an adhikari for this? Like that, Shankaracharya is introducing this particular next mantra, Parikshalokan. That means what? The qualification for entering the Paravidya is Aparavidya Vairagyam. Aparavidya Vairagyam. We will see more in the next mantra. Okay. Let's chant the next mantra. Pariksha lokan
परीक्ष्य लोकान्
कर्मचितान्
कर्मचितान्
ब्राह्मणः
ब्राह्मणः
निर्वेदमायात्
निर्वेदमायात्
नास्त्यकृतः कृतेन
नास्त्यकृतः कृतेन
तद्विज्ञानार्थम्
तद्विज्ञानार्थं
sa gurumevabhigachet.
स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्
Samit panihi
समित्पाणिः
shrotriyam brahmanishtham.
श्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्.
So let's see if we can chant this quarter by quarter. Okay. Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmanaha
परीक्ष्य लोकान् कर्मचितान् ब्राह्मणः
निर्वेदमायान् नास्त्यकृतः कृतेन
निर्वेदमायान्नास्त्यकृतः कृतेन
तद्विज्ञानार्थं स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्.
तद्विज्ञानार्थ स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्.
समित्पाणिश्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्.
समित्पाणिश्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्.
Good.
धन्यवादः.
So we have seen this mantra several times by way of quoting it, and so now we have finally come to that mantra. Is it not? Talking about an adhikari, parikshya. You can see the word parikshya, and then pariksha means having examined all this. What is the extent of samsara? What is the meaning of samsara? Some idea we must have. Karma. Only when I understand what karma is, I can understand what jnanam is. Correct? What did Krishna said? Kim karma kimakarmeti kavayopyatra mohitaah tatte karma pravakshyami yajnatva moksheshe shubhat. Something like that was there. Kim karma kim akarma iti. I'll teach you everything. I need to teach you karma and I need to teach you what is akarma. Why should I teach you both? Well, karmanya karma yah pashet akarmani cha karma yah sabuddhiman manushyeshu yukta kritsna karma krit. We saw all that. So, in order to come to jnanam, I must understand karma very clearly and I must understand the limitations of karma clearly. Then only I'll come from what is called the sadhana sadhya lakshana samsaraha to siddha vishaya. I'm going to move from sadhya vishaya to siddha vishaya. What is to be accomplished can be done by karma. What is already accomplished is called siddha vishaya. Aparam chet kartavyam, param chet jnatavyam. Shankaracharya commentary in Kathopanishad comes to my mind. Means what? Aparam. Aparam means limited. Aparam chet kartavyam. If you want something limited, you have to do it. You have to do it. Kartavyam. Param chet. If it is infinite, well, infinite can't be created. Infinite can't be produced. Infinite only possibility is infinite is there. And so jnatavyam. Param chet jnatavyam. So that transition from here to there. Okay. Who is this guy that's being talked about? Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha. My God, Sri Krishna said, Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Gunakarma Vibhagashaha Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidya Kartaram Avyayam. Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam. So there I spent a whole 2 classes explaining that Chatur Varnyam. That this Varna is there. Brahmanaha, Kshatriyaha, and then Vaishyaha and Shudraha. 4 Varnas are there. And the way to understand these Varnas is to understand these 3 gunas. 3 gunas, if you recall, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Just a brief recap. Okay? Brief recap. To understand this Brahmana, the word Brahmana, Kshatriya, etc. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas are there. Sattva Pradhanaha, Raja Upasarjana. A person who has Sattva qualities primary and Rajas secondary comes under the first category of guna called Uttama Gunaha. Uttama Gunaha. What is Uttama Gunaha? Sattva Pradhana, Rajas secondary. And what is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas? Well, Sattva refers to anything that is beneficial to the human being. It refers to thinking, proper thinking. It refers to the ability to think through things. Calmness, which requires calmness. We can't rush. Rushing cannot help in thinking. Rushing will short circuit a lot. Therefore, that kind of person is a that guna is called sattvic. Rajas means dynamic, ambitious, okay, driven. That drive comes from Rajas. Everybody needs that drive also. So that is Rajas. Tamas means lethargy, inertia, sleep. Sleep is created by tamoguna. So that division we understand. And now this Uttama Guna, a person with Uttama Guna is has a combination of Sattva and Rajas. Sattva predominant followed by Rajas. Then Rajas predominant followed by Sattva. Reverse. Rajas predominant, drive is there. Drive. And then the Sattva Guna. I mean, not Sattva Guna. Yeah, Sattva Guna. So that person will have a drive. Drive. And then third is Rajas Pradhanaha, then Tamo Guna Upasarjana. Rajas Tamas. Drive is there, but it is backed not by Sattva, it is backed by Tamas. Backed by Tamas. The last category is Tamah Pradhanaha, backed by Rajas. Tamah Pradhana. Primarily inability to think. Lethargy is governing the person's life, but governed by some Rajas. Some Rajas must be there for everybody. Therefore, that is the type of mental inclination of that person. Okay. Now what happens? This word Brahmana, really speaking, Shastram is going to tell us what a Brahmana. A Brahmana is a Karma Yogi, is a Brahmana. That's what we are interested in here. Person must be a Karma Yogi. Okay. But for us, we have the idea of Brahmana in society is a certain people who are Veda related. They do Vaidika karma. They're connected with the study of the Shastram and the teaching of the Shastram. That person ideally is a Brahmana. But that karma is called Brahmana karma. So we have to divide Brahmana into two things: Brahmana karma and then Brahmana guna. Brahmana karma and guna. Instead of saying Brahmana guna, better to say Uttama guna. Brahmana karma. Brahmana really means only karma. What karma do you do? Based on that, I can tell you if it is Brahmana karma or not. If the person is related to the Vedic propagation, Vedic protection, Veda Samrakshanam, that person is doing Brahmana karma. He is not a Brahmin. Not yet. I have not come to the word Brahmin yet. He is doing Brahmana karma. She is doing Brahmana karma. What about cooking? Hey, if that cooking is supporting the Brahmana karma, then cooking also comes under the category of Brahmana karma. As simple as that. Okay. Then this Kshatriya karma. Hey, Kshatriya karma means all these administrative services, protection, security, governance, everything comes under Kshatriya karma. Vaishya karma, commerce. World will not run without commerce and business and movement of goods. So that is Vaishya karma. People are interested in that. People born with that kind of a mindset. No right or wrong. Okay, if Brahmana karma is right, this is wrong. We are not saying these are all the pillars of society. 4 pillars of society. Then Shudra Karma, not a person Shudra. Shudra Karma means what? Labor, skilled and unskilled labor, who are good at doing things, but they're not interested in thinking. You tell them something and they can't think too much. They can follow orders, but they can't think too much. But they will do it properly. So Shudra Karma. That is why I said no karma is better or worse. The proper, what is the attitude with which you are doing the karma? That is the most important. That is why a Vedic guy, a Vedic Pandit, doing it with the interest of profiting versus a Shudra Karma, a guy who is doing Shudra Karma, but is doing, who follows Dharma to the dot. Guess who is going to get moksha? It's anybody's guess. Anybody's guess. Okay, that Shudra Karma person only will be praised by Bhagavan, guaranteed. Therefore, this is why I said karma. It is not a Brahmin person. I'm not talking about Brahmin yet. Brahmana karma, Kshatriya karma, Vaishya karma, Shudra karma. That karma done with what attitude? With Uttama guna or Uttama guna or Madhyama guna or Adho Madhyama guna or Adhama guna. And what is this guna? Well, that's what I said earlier. 4 combinations. Sattva 1, Rajas 2, or Rajas 1, Sattva 2, or Rajas 1, Tamas 2, or Tamas 1, Rajas 2. These are the 4 possibilities only possible with these 3. You can't have Tamas predominant and Sattva backing it up. Not possible. That combination. Not possible. Therefore, 4 combinations are possible. That is Uttama Guna, Madhyama Guna, Adho Madhyama Guna, and Adhama Guna. And now these 4 types of karma are there. So any combination of these things is possible. The Brahmana karma, a person does Brahmana karma, has Uttama Guna. That's the greatest combination to have. In fact, greatest combination we can't say. The greatest thing to have is Uttama Guna. It is regardless of what karma you do. Why should I say Vaidika karma is greatest? Uttama Guna is the greatest. Because now this mantra is going to talk about Guna. The Brahmana doesn't refer to Brahmana karma. It is going to refer to Guna. I hope you're following how we have split these things too. Like this, very important to split. Otherwise, they will think guy who is wearing all these things is a great guy and he is the society's greatest person. No, his duty is to do certain things. That's it. Okay. And if the guy is also dharmic, then great, good, great blessing to society. No doubt about that. Okay, every person is a blessing to society. And so we have split it up. So this Uttama Guna is what is called Brahmana here. Brahmana, not anybody else. Karma Yogi. Anybody can be a Karma Yogi. So that is where we are going here. That is the meaning of the word Brahmana here. But Brahmana karma, there is a definition for Brahmana karma. Okay, let me give you the definition. Write this down. Adhyapanam. Adhyapanam. Brahmana karma. Adhyapanam. Adhyayanam. Adhyapanam. Adhyayanam. Yajanam. 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 Tatha. Yajanam. Yajanam. Tatha. Danam. Pratigraham chaiva. Pratigraham chaiva. Danam pratigraham chaiva. Danam pratigraham chaiva.
Graha,
Brahmana.
Graham, Graham.
Correct. Pratigraham. Pratigraham. Chaiva. 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 Brahmananam. Brahmananam. Akalpayat. Akalpayat. Yeah. This shloka is there, which defines what a Brahmana karma is. Not what a Brahmin is, what a Brahmana karma is. Adhyapanam. Look at that. Adhyapanam, Adhyayanam. You know this. Adhyayanam is study. Adhyapanam is teaching. Okay. Of what? Of the Vedas. Yajanam. Yajanam is to do rituals. Karma. Vedic rituals. Yajanam, to make others do the rituals. Yajanam. Okay. Then Danam Pratigraham cha. Danam, you give Danam. The person who does this must engage in Danam. Then Pratigraham, if somebody gives you Danam, take it. Because that is the survival, that is the livelihood. Don't simply give away everything and be on the street. You also need something. So keep something. Pratigraham chaiva. Brahmananam akalpayat. These are the karmas prescribed for a Brahmana karma. Not for a Brahmin. Brahmana karma is like this. Brahmana karma. So really speaking, yeah. What is the question?
Guruji, my question is when you explained the Brahmana, you said these are the qualifications of a Uttama Guna, then the Madhyama Guna, which is combined with Rajas. And what was the third one? The last
Third
one
one
is
is
Adhama Guna.
Adho Madhyama. Adho Madhyama. Third one. Adho Madhyama means slightly below the Madhyama. Then last one is Adho Guna. Adho Guna is lowest character. Okay. So with what attitude, with what character I'm doing my duties. That is the most important thing. That's going to define my Punya Papa profile. My Punya Papa profile is not going to be defined by which karma I am doing. Correct? Which karma I am doing cannot define my Punyam. I told you already. This wrong attitude, Vaidika karma versus great attitude, Shudra karma. Punyam. Who's going to get Punyam? Who's going to get Papam? It's very clear. So all this is recap. Recap only. But for now, in this shloka, you have this word Brahmanaha. Shankaracharya is going to explain what a Brahmana is. He's going to be a Tyagi. He's going to say Tyagi. Okay. Okay. So we will see all that. So Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan. Hey, the person having examined what? Lokan Karmachitan. The entire world, all lokas, the entire samsara, which has been Manuna Anukramata, which has been taken from all stavaras all the way to all kinds of lokas. And then they're all karmachitas. They're all products of karma, karma phalam. They are not karma phalam lakshana. That is called karma chit, karma chitaha. Okay, and who is this guy? This guy is a brahmanaha. That person is a brahmana who can think like this, and only a person who has antakarana shuddhi can think like this. Anybody in the universe can have antakarana shuddhi, can be a dharmic person, can be a karma yogi. It is just brahmanas, brahmana karma people these days. It's hard to find antakarana shuddhi, and you find all kinds of people with different castes. They have a lot of antakarana shuddhi also. We find that is how it is. That shows very clearly antakarana shuddhi has nothing to do with gender or caste or all these things, varna and all that. Nothing to do. So brahmanaha here Shankara will explain. Nirvedamayat. Now, once that karma yogi begins thinking, then what that person will gain? Vairagyam. Nirvedamaya. That person gains vairagyam. Okay. And then what kind of conclusion that person will come to? Nasti akritaha kritena. You know, when I introduced this course, I called this as Nasti akritaha kritena. I don't know how many of you remember all this, but the course was called Nasti akritaha kritena. I don't know how many people appreciated it. And or maybe popping the, oh my God, what kind of course is this? What is this? I can't even pronounce the word. Nasti akritaha. This is where it comes from. Kritena akritaha nasti. Nasti does not exist. Does not exist. What does not exist? Akritaha nasti. Kritena. By doing something, you can only get karma phalam. From karma, you can get only karma phalam. But that which always exists, that Brahma, cannot be produced. Because finally, what I'm seeking is Brahma. I'm seeking myself. Atma, I'm seeking. They say things like you're seeking yourself and all that. Hey, this is where it's all coming from. I'm seeking yourself means what? Uh, that yourself cannot be produced. That is what he's saying. Nasti akritaha kritena. That yourself, which is infinite Brahma, cannot be produced. Why? Because karma is finite, karma phalam is finite. We are talking about the infinite. Therefore, that is the conclusion this Brahmanaha Viragi will come to after thinking through and investigating all his experiences and other people's experiences also. Why? Conjuse. Why should you be a conjuse miser? You use other people's experiences also. I did not get an electric shock, so I am going to put my finger in my socket and then see. Hey, you don't have to do all that. You just have to just read the newspaper. That's all. Okay. So then, tad vijnanatham, in order to know that, in order to know what you're seeking yourself, we said, okay, in order to know yourself, tad vijnanatham, saha gurumeva abhigache. May that person seek a guru, seek a person who knows what is what. Gurumeva abhigache. And then, Samit Panihi. That person is now called as Samit Panihi. The one who holds this Samit means dry sticks which are used in the yaga. Meaning, Shankara will give us the meaning. Means with the right attitude. The right attitude. A dry wooden stick will burn. The minute you put it in fire, it will just catch fire. Inflammable it is. The mind should be like that. Okay, that must be the attitude. I've come with that attitude. I want you to teach me. And then, because this is a different subject, if you're qualified, then of course, whatever is taught will the mind will catch fire. Okay, that kind of attitude I must have, like that he says, the student must have. By the way, what are the qualities of the teacher are all also mentioned. What are the qualities? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. They are the qualities of a teacher. Shankara will explain all that. Shrotriya means what? Brahmanishta means what? Shrotriya means well versed in the Shastram, does not deviate from what the Shastram says, does not patent their own, create their own little thing and then patent. Shrotriyam. Patenting is karma phalam. Now that we know the language, sadhya sadhana lakshanam, patent, and then you put trademark and all that, means it has nothing to do with the Shastram. Brahmanishtam. Okay, once the person knows what is what, the person is abiding in this Brahma Jnanam, that person is a Brahmanishtha. All right. I think that summary should be good, and we can move to the Bhaashyam. That's why I said we are changing gears, keep changing gears. From all the Agnihotradi and all, we have come to Pariksha Lokan. Pariksha
Pariksha
Yad Etat
Yad Etad
Rigvedadi
Rigvedadi
Apara Vidya Vishayam
Apara Vidya Vishayam
Swabhaviki
Swabhaviki
Avidya Kama Karma Doshavat
Avidya Kama Karma Doshabat
Purusha Anushteyam.
Purusha Anushteyam.
Avidyadi
avidyadi
doshavantam
doshavantam
eva
eva
purusham prati
purusham prati
vihitatvat.
vihitatvat.
We'll pause with that. We'll
Thank
pause
you.
with that
Thank
because
you,
the
Guruji.
I full stop is coming after another 1 mile. Okay, so we'll just pause with that. No rush. Yeah, the full stop is coming after Avadharya, which is in the next page, somewhere in the middle. So that's fine. Pariksha, there is a word called Avadharya that comes at towards the end of your, the third line from the bottom of your book. Okay, at the end you see the word Avadharya. Avadharya means having understood, having examined and properly understood Avadharya. That is the meaning of Pariksha. Question is, examine what? Examine what? Okay, Lokan is going to come later, but Shankaracharya is making sure we we understand, we continue our understanding from the previous uh, mantra's explanation. Okay, so Pariksha. Yadetad Rigvedadi Aparavidya Vishayam. Just underline the word Aparavidya Vishayam Pariksha. Those two words you can underline. Aparavidya Vishayam Pariksha. This whole Shreyascha Preyascha Manushya like that Yama had said. So Shreyas means Paravidya. Prayas means Aparavidya. Here in this Upanishad, already the teacher, who is the teacher? Atharva already told Shaunaka. What did he say? Dve vidye veditavye was already told. Okay, two, two, two types of knowledge have to be understood. Parachaiva, para and apara. There he had said. If you want, we can go back to that mantra and then just look at that. Tasmai saho vacha tatra para. So, mantra number 4. Mantra number 4. 1.1.4. Okay, which is the fourth mantra of this Upanishad. Okay, PDF page number should be
13.
page number 13. Okay, Gita Press is page number 16. Okay, Tasmai saho vacha. Tasmai Shaunakaya. For that student, Saha Atharvaha, who is the teacher, said, Dve vidye veditavye iti hasma yad brahma vido vadanti parachaiva paracha. He splits the whole world of knowledge or whole world into paravidya and aparavidya. Next mantra, he enumerates what is aparavidya. And it is a bit shocking. Rig Vedaha, Yajur Vedaha. We think Vedaha is paravidya. No, he is put it in aparavidya category. Okay, let's list it. Rig Vedaha, Yajur Vedaha, Sama Vedaha, Atharva Vedaha. Then what? Further, other disciplines which are required for me to understand the Veda, like the ABCs. Before I go to geometry, algebra, I have to know the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Okay, that is what that is. Shiksha, Kalpo, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chando, Jyotishamiti. Then he stops there and he says, Atha para. I'm going to tell you what is para vidya. Yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. That's it. He doesn't list anything at all. He doesn't say anything. What is apara vidya? He says that by which aksharam is understood. Which means it is not any textbook. It is what? It is not even a word. It is not a sentence. It is not a language. It is what? No, whatever by which you understand aksharam, that is called paravidya. Aksharam Brahma, that by which aksharam Brahma is understood, is called paravidya. Okay, so that is just the reminder for us, right? So now here, look at that. Yad etad Rigvedadi Aparavidya Vishayam. Now you can see why he says Aparavidya Vishayam. Why? Because Rigvedadi is Aparavidya Vishayam. From mantra number 5, 4 and 5. Okay. Aparavidya Vishayam. Swabhaviki Avidya Kama Karma Doshavat. This Aparavidya, it has Doshavat. There is a limitation to Aparavidya. There is a deficiency to Aparavidya. Aparavidya is good, but it has a deficiency. What is the deficiency? It is basically characterized by avidya, kama, karma. Karma is always backed by kama. Kama, because kama is required. For karma phalam, there is a kama required. I want something. That I want is what drives me to do what I do. And that I want comes from a big dosha called avidya. I am incomplete now and I have to be complete. I have no choice, but I have to be Purna. I am unhappy now, I have to be Purna, happy. This is what life is, going up and down constantly. That up and down thing is called dosha. Shankaracharya is saying that puts me in the avidya track. I mean, in this aparavidya track. Sorry, avidya puts me in the aparavidya track, which is characterized by kama, karma, karma phalam, punarjanma. Avidya, kama, karma, dosha. Vat there means consisting of. Vat means characterized by, or that which has. That is the meaning of the vat suffix there. What has it? Avidya Vishayam has that. Any avidya Vishayam has this deficiency. Okay? Purusha Anushteyam Vishayam. Purusha Anushteyam means it is to be done by a human being. Whatever, whether it is a religious karma or secular karma, we don't have any secular, but let's divide it. Religious karma, secular karma. Or Shankara will say, Vaidika karma va, Laukikam karma va. That is it. It has to be done. It is a recipe. It has to be done. Without doing something, you don't get anything at all. From morning to evening, we are doing stuff. That is why our body should be healthy. Eyes should be all right. Hands and legs should respond to the mind. The mind should be all right. That is why health is such an important thing. Physical health, mental health. Why? Purusha Anushteyam. It has to be executed by you. There are certain things only you can do. And at least there are certain things others can do it for you, but certain things you have to do. And so Purusha Anushteyam. Okay. And he's saying avidyadi doshavantam eva purusham prati vihitatvat. Hey, and this karma, who is it told for? It's not told for a jnani. It is told for this purusham, this person, vihitatvat, because it is told, it is mandated. Dharma is a mandate, no? Dharmam chara, satyam vada. It's a mandate. Satyam vada, speak. Be committed to truth. Dharmam chara, do your duty. Be committed to dharma. It's a mandate. Therefore, vihitam. Mandate means vihitam. So, purusham prati vihitatvat. It is mandated to the person. And what kind of person? Jnani? No. Avidyadi doshavantam. The person who has these deficiencies. I forgot to explain a word before, which is swabhaviki. That word I did not explain. Okay, that avidya, kama, karma, dosha is swabhaviki. It is natural for everybody. Every person naturally born with these deficiencies. Don't have to say why God specifically punished me. No, we don't have to say. It is swabhavikam. It is natural. Birth itself implies avidya. Without avidya, there is no birth. And so, that avidyadi doshavantam purusham prati vihitatvat, because all this avidya vishayam, the entire world, that entire Rigvedadi, what is there in the Rigveda? It is all do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. Mandated for whom? For this person, for the average human being, for any human being for that matter. Okay, which is avidyadi doshavantam purusham. So within brackets, pariksha, you have to keep in mind. Pariksha means that whole, the what exactly is the nature of life? Step back. They say, step back and think a little, right? That is what this is, step back. Pariksha, having stepped back, having stepped back, they say that. Let's step back a little, they say. So it's good. Sometimes stepping back is needed. So this guy stepped really back. He's gone really back, back. He's gone. So next, I think we have to read further. Vihitatvat. Yeah. Hariji, go ahead.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Tad anusthana
Tad anusthana
karyabhutaha cha
karyabhutaha cha
lokaha
lokaha
ye
ye
dakshinottara
dakshinottara
margalakshanaha
margalakshanaha
phalabhutaha
phalabhutaha
ye cha
ye cha
vihita
vihita
akarana
akarana
pratishedha
pratiksheta
atikrama
atikrama
doshasadhyaha
तोषसाध्याः
narakatiryak
नरगत्रिव्यत्
pretalakshanaha.
प्रेतलक्षणाः.
Yeah, we're going to pause with that. The sentence is not complete yet, but we're going to pause there. Continuing that same sentence. What is the sentence? Avidya, what was that word? Avidya vishayam. Apara vidya vishayam pariksha. That is the sentence we are analyzing. Shankara is explaining. Tad anusthana karyabhutaha cha. And when I do something, anushtanam, when I do something, what will I get? I'll get something. I'll get something. So, anushtana karyabhutaha cha. What I do alone is not aparavidya. What I get also is part of that same aparavidya only. Okay. Samsara is not just what I do. What I get also is part of samsara only. So, karyabhutaha means what? Of the nature of the effect, product. See how they think. Very technical language it is. They have analyzed it so well, and they have words specifically to express what they want to express. And so karya bhuta, anushtana karya bhuta, those which are characterized as the products of the anushtanam karma, which means karma phala bhutaha ityarthaha. Not just karma, but karma phalam also. Karya bhutaha cha lokaha. This is what you should understand by the word lokaha. Lokaha means earth, you might think, or Indraloka, it's all, yeah, fine, but Indraloka also is a karma phalam. Not only Indraloka is karma phalam, my going to Indraloka also is karma phalam. My desire to go also is karma phalam, my going there also is karma phalam. The lokam is there, how did it come? Well, that also is karma phalam. Somebody's karma has produced Indraloka. Whose karma produced Indraloka? Not Bhagavan's karma. Hey, our collective karma produced Indraloka. Because we all want to go there, therefore God has no choice but to keep Indraloka ready for us. That is what he is saying. Anushtana karya bhutaha cha lokaha. Okay. Ye dakshinottara marga lakshanaha phalabhutaha. Okay, he is taking off. Shankaracharya is saying, don't limit your thinking just to Earth and all the small, going to Europe and going to America, going to Bali and the way back. Sri Lanka also, I want to see Ramayana. The Ramayana's Sita's Ashoka Vanam and all. No, don't. You go beyond that. You go beyond Ramayana and Mahabharata. Okay, beyond Kurukshetra you have to go. He says, Dakshinottara Marga Lakshana. That is also included. But Dakshinottara Marga Lakshanaha, famously, Dakshinottara Marga means there's margas that Shastra talks about. People who've done karma and upasanam go by the Shukla Marga, Shukla Gati. Then there is the Krishna Gati. Those who do karma can go to Swarga, and come back. Or Adho Marga is also there. So all those are characterized by Dakshina Uttara Marga Lakshanaha, characterized by all these different journeys. You know, they have this map. Uh, all the aircraft are all going all over the world. It's just from every part it is taking off, for every part it is landing. And you should just imagine all those lines wherever all the aircraft are. This control, the what do you call that? Control center, control tower in the airport. And they have a tough job, I think. Sometimes they talk about the stress and all that. They have all these things open, and aircraft are there everywhere. And they have to decide who is taking off when and where you should wait. And they're all waiting in line to take off. One little miss here and there means gone.
In a shift.
Gone. And so that Dakshinottara Marga Lakshanaha, I mean, we are just imagining all this. Now we have to, it is not simply aircraft on Earth. People in the entire universe. How about that? People are there in many worlds, and then they're all traveling from one world to another also. And that kind of thing I'm imagining here. Phalabhutaha. Phalabhuta, which are all the results of all the effort that people have put in. Phalabhutaha. Yecha vihita. Okay, yecha. Further, those things. Ye means what? Here, ye means not people. That karma and karma phalam. That is the ye. Phalam, karma phalam, let's say. Yecha. Further, it's as though this was not enough. Okay. Vihita akarana pratisheda atikrama dosha sadhyaha. Sadhyaha means that which is accomplished. Sadhyaha, accomplished. Means karma phalam, obviously. Sadhyaha. And accomplished by what? By this dosha. Some doshas. What kind of dosha it is? Vihita akarana. You know, there is a dosha. Hey, you're supposed to do what the Vedas tells me to do. I'm supposed to do. That is Vihita. But Vihita Akarana. Akarana means I did not do what the Vedas tells me to do. Okay? If I don't do what I'm supposed to do, Panchamaha Yajna is there. Atiti Devo Bhava is there. Matru Devo Bhava is there. Pitru Devo Bhava is there. So much is there. And ecology is there. Panchamaha Yajna is there. Am I paying attention to all this? No. If not, Vihita Akarana. That is the dosha. Then there is one more dosha. Pratisheda Atikrama. Not only I did not do what I was supposed to do, I did what I was not supposed to do also. So Pratisheda means prohibited. Atikrama, violating prohibitions. Here in India, they'll have on the walls, you know, they will say, do not stick bills. Something like that. They put a board. Do not stick bills. Right on top of that, the fellow will come and put a poster, cinema poster, movie poster will be there. That's it over. This is standard. So, pratisheda, atikrama, dosha. These are the doshas, and this also will produce results. Okay, sadhyaha. What kind of results it will produce? Naraka, tiryak, preta lakshanaha. I mean, this is like Shankaracharya is telling us a nice, beautiful story. This is beating Ramayana itself. My God. Ramayana, at least we are constantly stuck in the forest. But here he's moving all over. Entire universe is covered up in these two lines. Okay. Naraka. I think I don't have to explain Naraka. Tiryak. Tiryak means all these this animals, four-legged animals. Tiryang we say, which are essentially animals. Okay, and then preta. Preta means beings that don't have a proper body at all. Just a body like body is there, but not there. So ghost, all these ghouls, all these things, they use these words. So they're all called preta. Pretaha. So preta lakshanaha. That is the result of people who are not doing what is to be done and who do what is not to be done. This is what happens, he says. Pretty scary, And one good thing is nothing will happen to us. After all that, we'll come back. We'll come back, and finally, we have to come to Parisha Lokan. So that's one good thing. Somewhere we'll be sitting in a class and then listening to all these things. All right. Preta Lakshana. Then Shankaracharya is not done yet. This sentence is not even ending. I don't see a full stop. Avadharya also there. We have put a full stop. He has not put a full stop. Okay, let's look at the next one. Tan etan pariksha. Okay. Tan etan
तानेतान्
pariksha
परीक्ष्य
pratyaksha
प्रत्यक्ष
anumana
अनुमान
upamana
उपमान
agamaihi
आगमैः
sarvatah
सर्वतः
yathatmyena
याथात्म्येन
avadharya.
अवधार्य.
Yeah, you can put a full stop there or a semicolon there. Avadharya. Okay, that is the meaning of the word pariksha. Avadharya. Tan etan pariksha. Tan etan pariksha. All the things I described so far, all this movement in the whole worlds, different types of worlds, and based on some type of karma, I will go to these kinds of worlds. All those trajectories are all there. All this is the extent of samsara. Tan, those pariksha, those experiences. I don't have to have the experience in order to do the examination. All I have to do is keep my eyes and ears open. That's all it is. Pariksha. The other way, because you can say, no, I have not gone to Indraloka. How can I do pariksha of Indraloka and all? If you say, no, it is that's why it is karma phala bhutaha. It is karma phalam. If you understand karma phalam on earth, then what about that? That also is karma phalam only. Like that, you should examine. Like that, he says. Pariksha. The pariksha also has to be done properly. That also needs guidance. That also Shastram and Guru are required. Because Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Watson is his assistant, Dr. Watson, that too. I think he's some kind of a medical doctor. He must be, I think. Sherlock Holmes is an ordinary guy. He's not a doctor and all that, but he is good at investigating stuff. So Sherlock Holmes and Watson finally decided, let's go camping. And it's, we've been we've been dealing with all dead bodies and investigations and police all the time. So we need a change. We just get away from this London and go somewhere. So they went somewhere and they enjoyed a nice walk and all that. They slept there itself in the night. And then in the middle of the night, Sherlock Holmes wakes up and he looks and he says, wow, so beautiful it is. And then he asks, Dr. Watson, wake up. And he said, what? Look up. What do you see? Oh, Dr. Watson says, wow, what a beautiful sky it is. And we've never seen London is all full of light and all that. We never get a chance to see the sky. Even if we see the sky, we can't see the stars in the sky. And this one, so many stars, everything. Uh, so, what do you think, Dr. Watson? What is your assessment of this? And Dr. Watson says, well, based on what I see, astronomically, we have a very bright sky because of all these stars and all these zodiacs are there, and the Jupiter seems to be there, and Mars, everything is shining. Astronomically, there are all these positions. Meteorologically, it's going to be a good day for us. I think we chose a nice day to come here. Tomorrow should be a good day. Like this, Dr. Watson was giving a lecture. Sherlock Holmes said, you idiot. You idiot. Somebody has stolen our tent. That is what he said. Pariksha, tell me what pariksha karta hai ki nahi? Watson also did pariksha only. Kya hua? What is the use of all this pariksha? So pariksha, therefore pariksha also needs a little help. And so like that, properly done. Don't get sidetracked. Properly it has to be done, because we are talking about a very big thing here. So and then how do I do the pariksha? Pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, agamaihi. Well, use all the brain that is given to you. Pratyaksha, your eyesight, everything given to you. Use it. Watch properly. Don't come to conclusions quickly. Pratyaksha, anumana, inference, perception, inference, upamana, upamana, upamana. Examples. You don't have to necessarily experience everything. Like I said, electricity shock. You don't have to experience. You just ask people who got a shock. That is enough to know about electricity, dangers of electricity. Upamana, illustrations. Okay, keep your eyes and ears open. And then agamaihi, then there are certain things, agama, Veda has to come. Vedaihi, Veda also has some things to say. Even though Veda is Aparavidya, and our Mundakopanishad characterize Veda as Aparavidya, that Veda only tells this is great things. You can go to all these lokas by doing all this karma. But by the way, karma is anityam. Karma comes in the category of aparavidya. Be careful. Therefore, you have to move to paravidya. Then what is the purpose of karma? Antakarana shuddhi can only come by karma. Chittasya shuddha ye karma. Where did we see it? Viveka Chodamani. Chittasya shuddha ye karma. Natu vastu palabdha ye. Vastu siddhir vicharena. Na kinchit karma koti bihi. Karma koti bihi. Moksha can only come from vastu siddhi, not from karma. All that we saw. Therefore, agamaihi, using the same Veda, do the pariksha. Using all those things, using people who know. Sarvataha yathatmyena avadharya. Sarvataha, leaving no doubts, clarifying everything. Sarvataha, like I explained to you, we have traversed the whole universe. In 1-2 sentences, we've gone the whole universe. Sarvataha, because you can't have doubts. Somebody comes tomorrow and tells, a free ticket. If you do this, you can go to this kind of loka, which is not the 14 lokas, which is beyond the 14 lokas. Better than Brahma loka, I will give you. All this money making thing. Do this and then you can make some money. Sitting at home, you can make 10,000 rupees a day. Why I should not do it? Please tell me. Please tell me why. In America, I saw this. First time. You stick envelopes and then you make money. You send $1 or something, put it in a post, and then you send it to somebody. Then you will get something. Something like that. Sitting at home, you can make money. Somebody tells you all this. Understand, some pyramid scheme is going on. So you have sarvataha. Sarvataha. You have to be crystal clear about this. Yathatmyena. Understood as they must be understood. Avadharya. This karma kalam has to be understood properly. Kim karma, kima karmeti. Kavayopyatra, because kavayopyatra mohitaha. Even scholars are confused about all this. Therefore, you have to yathatmyena sarvataha and savadhanena carefully. You have to analyze all this. And so like that he is talking about, which the sentence is not complete. We will complete the sentence, don't worry. The next class we will do that. So that word pariksha, I think lokan, he is just coming, I think. Vadharya lokan. Next word lokan he is going to explain. We will do that in the next class. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaah. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.